All right, welcome everyone. We're live, Zenith Online Racing, back for round 2 of Tier 1, Season 10. We are in Spain, in Barcelona, and semi-home race for Adri. Definitely his native country, but splits his time between Spain and the UK. So, one homer. Scavney in that Red Bull, that helmet suits it for sure. Looks slick. So, reserve drivers tonight, Scavney, Villeneuve, and Mr. Joshua. Scavney, Mr. Joshua. Full-time reserves, Villeneuve not. So, Villeneuve will not qualify. He'll start at the back. And will not count in the results. Scavney and Mr. Joshua do qualify and will count as their full-time reserves, which means they don't have a seat permanently. They just show up when there is room and they're available to race. So, look, our stream started on time this week. Great. There we go. All right. Oh, Sam has gone around. It's like right on the first corner here. That is a bad place to be. He has to be very cautious getting himself sorted out here. Looks like we're all good. Another driver off as well. So, a couple moments for a few guys there. See if we can find somebody on a flyer. With the Alpines here. Sniper, he's on an outlap. Look at that Red Bull Scavney. There's Scavney. Let's get on board with Scavney, see how he's doing. Much quicker final sector now in Spain. Lunar is flying. He's purple in Sector 2. One of the quicker drivers in Tier 1 this season. Let's get on board with Lunar, see how he's doing. So what kind of time he puts up. He's got traffic ahead of him. That car barely got out of the way. That would have been a little hairy for Lunar. I'd have been a little nervous there right at that last second. And 1:12.5. So not as competitive as we expected from Lunar. Jinnit to the top, 12.1. Say jumps in with an 11.5. That is outrageous how much quicker he is than everyone else. Last week as well. Very much ahead of the pack there on pace. So a couple guys probably didn't have their best laps. We'll see if they can improve the next go around. Get a little closer to Say. Jinnit, though, 6/10 off right now. So Jinnit's got work to do. Andrew just trying to stay out of the way there. See if we get anybody on a flyer. Anybody pushing. Lagos has retired. I believe he lost it in the final turn. Looks like it. So Zamagua's P10 currently. He's going to be starting outside the points more than likely, or out early in qualifying. I was wondering if the high speed of that final turn is catching a few guys out. Maybe they're just hopping the curb a bit and carrying too much pace. Spawn up dives into the pits. Sam going for his first actual run. I think he botched the first one, so he's up trying again now. We'll see how he does. You see that racing line starting to form. A little apprehensive there from Sam coming through that uphill right-hander there. And Sam up to P2 with that lap, 11.7, so these are around the time trial times that they were discussing in the Discord earlier today, so you'll probably see a few guys in the mid-111s competing in the top 3. See who gets out there next and gives it another run. Looks like Jinnit on a warm-up lap. We'll keep an eye on him. Carson's going for it. Rounding Sector 3 right now. Carson through the final turn, carrying a lot more speed than in previous years. Can he break the 111s? Yes, he does. 111.7 for Carson. Barely ahead of Sam, just marginally. A really nice lap from him. Jinnit, I believe, will be starting his flyer now. Let's get on board with Jinnit. We'll give him a nice lap here. One of our quicker drivers, runner-up last season. Was he runner-up? Maybe not. Maybe Say was. Either way, Jinnit, Say, and Lunar were the top 3 last season for the titles. I have to say, like, just get on board with a few drivers now, and nobody looks super confident. You don't see someone just wringing the neck of the car at the moment. Everybody just seems apprehensive at best. Both 5 for Jinnit, so not a great lap. Must have had a mistake somewhere in there. Still a P4, so he's not bad, but next run's going to be pretty important for Jinnit. Board with Gord now, he's just getting out of the way for somebody. Adri, I believe, is just starting a lap. Traffic getting out of the way nicely. There's another driver just up the road here in front of Adri. I was going to say he probably should get out of the way. It's a Haas driver, and he's taking out the brake marker. So Spot of Triple's taking out the brake marker on the left side there. Trying to get out of the way for his teammate. Private Jet Jew P11 currently, so his lap time right in the mix with the rest of the midfield there, so that's good. Jet Jew, we were discussing earlier in the week if And he's like fringe tier 2, like he's probably quick enough for tier 1 if he gets the strategy and the race pace nailed down, but also could be tier 2. So good to see him putting in a good representative lap time there. Puts himself in the mix. Andre up to P4 with a 1:11.8, so it looks like we're going to have the top 5 all in the 1:11s at this point, I would say. I mean, there's a few guys, Jinnit, Scabney, Gord, all in range of popping into the 1:11s there, and they're not very far off. And then there's Rockstar who comes out of nowhere. Whoa, big crash. Lunar and Quaminator have come together on the pit straight somehow. What the hell happened there? That's going to be in the stewards' reports. That's a bizarre place for a collision. I imagine somebody was coming out of the pits there and did not see the other driver. Has to be the case because they're not even turning at that point where they've collided. So somebody must have done something they shouldn't have. GP, welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Have you made it to the game?
Yeah, I made it.
Quaminator and Lunar have just collided at the end of the pit lane. I don't know who was where, but I was watching another driver and I just saw their two cars come flying across the screen, smashed up. So there's an incident for sure there. That's going to be in the steward room. Yeah, that's not good. Taking yourself and someone else out in quali is probably going to be a penalty. Pretty hefty one.
Yeah. Well, where'd you say, at the exit of pit lane?
It looked like it. Like like the white line from the pit lane was still visible just behind them, so they must have come together there. Because there's no way that they would have collided if they were like one in front of the other, right? Like that's just a bizarre place to have a collision.
Yeah.
Anyways, lap times are very competitive once again. I mean, we're talking a second, 1.2 seconds from Say on pole down to RC in 17th. That's ridiculous. Wow. That's ridiculous. And RC like probably isn't even representative there. Like he's capable of more than that, I would assume.
Have you noticed it takes a lot longer to get into the lobbies these days, getting online?
Probably because it's crossplay. You have to connect to everybody.
Okay.
It probably has something to do with it. You're still on PS4, right? So it's like not as quick at processing and stuff like that. So that is a factor, but yeah, definitely is. Can be slow. I personally don't notice it because I'm on PS5, so it generally loads pretty quickly for me. But
what's going on here?
A lot of guys in the pits right now. We got Jet Jew on track. He's in the gravel. Not sure what he's doing out there.
I guess I did not get my invite.
I sent you one.
I got the party invite. There it is. 20 minutes ago. Yep. Catalunya.
Catalunya. RC going for his final run now, it looks like. Jump on board with RC. One of the first guys getting his final lap in. Suppose he's, in case he makes a mistake, he can bail out and get another one. Should be a pretty quick race now. The quicker laps probably shave about 10 minutes off the race time by the end.
Alright, finally on board. You're on board. You are following RC around?
Yeah, on board with RC at the moment. Oh, so Zamago's crashed. There's a pit lane entry bump, and you got thrown by it and must have hit the wall on the entry. Villeneuve, full-time reserves qualify. So Scabney and Joshua are Tier 1 drivers. They just don't race full-time. So they can qualify when they're here. It's just the guys in Tier 2 that are filling in. And to be honest, even last year, you wouldn't even be in the race right now. We wouldn't allow guys under 50, over 15 drivers, so it's just because you don't count for the points, so it's like why qualify? But Scabney and Joshua do count for points, so that's why they're qualifying.
Coming out. And starting his hot lap.
Sorry, who are you on board with? You're getting that, your microphone sounds like high-pitched, like you almost sound like you have helium voice.
Okay, hold on. I'll reset.
It's weird. I think it's happened once before with somebody. I can't remember who it was, though. Oh, come on. I'm sorry, I'm watching baseball too. RC in the pits. But he was on Scabney, I think. Scabney went off, I believe. He got gravel on his tires. Not sure who. I sound normal again.
Okay.
Carson was 111.7, so does not improve. Actually, Carson's just starting his lap, so see if we can find somebody near the end of theirs. Maybe the McLaren drivers. Maybe Joshua. Whoa, somebody on the final turn is disabled and right on the exit curb. That's dangerous. And that is part of the argument why people want ghosting on. Which I'm not terribly against. Because these two guys are out of qualifying basically because somebody messed up. That would be Plominator and Lunar.
Yeah, that was my biggest worry when I was doing a lot of reserving was stay the hell out of the way.
Yeah. Spot up into the top 10. That's a good lap time. I mean, really, like, Sniper 112.6 in 17th, and our pole lap right now is a 111.5. That is extremely competitive. That's probably the best field spread we've had, like 1.1 seconds across the entire grid.
Well, Janet's not going to improve. Janet's starting pretty far back.
Yeah, which probably not a big issue for himself. Obviously, we know what he's capable of. In the race session,
he's been qualifying a lot better, like towards the end of last season and then the preseason and the first race.
Yeah, I just wonder if it's maybe not his favorite track. Adri does not improve marginally. He screwed up the last corner there, so I'm not surprised he missed out there. Gord coming around the final turn. Does improve up to P4, jumps Adri. So that little bobble up for Adri may have cost him a place. Gord to P4. Very good. So formation lap apparently is fixed. We got it on.
Oh, nice.
We're going to see if it works. Obviously, if anybody gets disqualified from the race because of the formation lap, then we're going to have to leave. And right, look at that spread, man. That is insane.
I know. The second, what is it, 1.1? Almost a second and a quarter. That's it.
Somehow Villeneuve has a 5-place grid penalty, although it doesn't matter. How did that happen?
Huh.
Bizarre.
P14, all the way to Private Jet Jew, under a second behind the leader.
It is insane.
That's
like, awesome. I am very excited for this race.
Oops. Any word on weather in the chat? Or
apparently it's clear. That's what Zem said. Oh, Villeneuve said he got in the way of a Mercedes. That's interesting.
Ooh, it's a little cloudy.
Yeah, it is a little cloudy. It looks a little overcast. I wonder if that's going to clear up or going to get worse. It'll be interesting.
What you get in your bottle tonight?
Yeah, I have
Or
wine.
glass?
Some
Wine, vino.
Been slowly working on for a few hours now, trying to take my time so I didn't show up hammered for the race, but now that we're racing, it's time to pour a little quicker. Just opened the windows like half an hour ago for the AC and or turned the AC off and opened the windows up, and it's cooled down. It was nice and cool when I went out earlier, so I figured pop the windows open, give the AC a rest for the night.
Yeah. You pretty well settled into your place now?
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been here almost a year now.
Has it been that long?
Yeah. Yeah, can you believe that? It was September, like, long weekend I moved in here.
Wow.
So, that's crazy, right?
Yep. Time flies, doesn't it?
It sure does. I still feel like I just moved in. You know. Same with, like, F1 this year. You know, I went to Montreal, the race weekend happened, I went home, and I was, like, driving home, and I was like, am I really driving home from the F1 race this year already? Like, I feel like I just got home from last year's.
Well, nobody readied up quickly. That's good.
Nope.
Everybody's getting an opportunity to make their adjustments, setups, and whatnot. Fuel.
One of the outfielders just robbed a base hit. Probably would have been a triple at that point. Just dove and caught it right near the foul line.
Yeah,
and this game is flying by. It's the top of the sixth already. Started at 7:10. It's gonna be over before the race is done.
That's a good thing in a lot of ways.
It's good if I'm watching the game, watching the whole game.
Right.
If I'm trying to catch some of it after the race is over, no, not good.
Well, we must be about ready to go now.
Surely.
There we go. So the inaugural... Whoa! Say hey.
Yeah.
The inaugural run of formation lap.
Yeah, notice we're not getting a timer anymore, eh?
Huh.
You notice it didn't count down? It just kind of started?
Yeah. I didn't quite notice, but now that you mention it, I don't remember seeing it, that's for sure.
Definitely the same thing happened last week where I was like kind of waiting for a countdown and all of a sudden we were just racing.
Looking at the board here, Sam, what a great qualifying session for him.
Yeah, he was, I think it's one of his favorite tracks. He was very quick here. He was talking in the chat, trying to top Carson on the time trial, and I mean, look how close they are, right? So.
And then Mr. Joshua's back. Glad to see that.
Yep. Reserving this season, so he'll be in and out, but nonetheless, there's room most weeks for a couple guys. Say's just way out in front. The Magos just qualified and Sniper. They must have come together.
And Rockstar.
Yeah, and RC.
Uh-oh.
So 4 guys have collided. Not ideal. How did RC and Rockstar both collide? That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because they are so far apart.
Unless someone went off and came back on the road or something, right?
I mean, they could have, I guess, spun around and not turned around in time. You know, facing the wrong direction.
Hopefully Ghosting works on the formation lap. Yeah, I was going to say, imagine they just like smash a car up right before they start the race.
Ooh, yeah.
Driving through the other cars. That'd be bad. All right.
Nice.
Grid is
here we
just
go.
about set. We're ready to go. We got 18 cars out here for round 2 of Tier 1. It's Season 10 of Zenith Online Racing. Say's on pole, Carson's second, Sam is third. The qualifying spread very tight. This should be a good race. Let's get things going. 3, 4, and 5 lights are on. Racing looks like a good initial launch for Carson. Can he get it in the second phase here? Terrible camera angle. Say in big trouble here, it looks like. We're going to have to get on board with somebody.
Yeah.
Got terrible angles, yeah. And there we go. Okay, so everybody through clean, it looks like. Don't see any spun around cars. A few guys side by side just jostling it out right now, but everybody looks good. So Say maintains the lead on the start. Carson did have a good run on him, but Say covered him off nicely.
He's all over him. Oh,
and there's Gord sneaking through.
On the inside.
Savvy move from Gord sneaking through, and we got a few cars side by side here. Lots of guys dueling for the top 10 places.
Oh boy, this is not the place to be side by side. Nice job.
Everybody through clean. The cream of the crop. I think I saw a piece of wing go flying. I think.
That's not good.
No. Not ideal. See if we can locate who's Plummator's sliding on the order a little bit.
So it didn't take long, boy. You know what? 4 or 5 corners, and Say now is up a second and a quarter.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you don't get him on the start, I mean, he's his own worst enemy. Like, he'll probably make a mistake somewhere that's going to hurt him. But pace-wise, like, I don't think anyone can keep up with him if he's out front.
He just needs to stay awake. I think he falls asleep sometimes.
I was having a bit of a timing issue there with Scavney and Rack. Hopefully that sorts itself out.
Oh, stupid dumbass. Me, that is. I'm gonna start my broadcast.
Yeah, it could be helpful sometimes for, like, stewarding if you happen to catch something that I missed. Or,
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I like to have it just because.
There's Jinnit just absolutely hounding Adri through the corner there. All over the gearbox. Imagine when we get through this lap, Scavney and Rack will sort themselves. Just their timing is off, but their position looks correct.
So, not a lot of, well, I guess winners and losers. Quaminator lost 6 positions. Other than that, there's Jinnit up 3. Everybody else is just up 1 or 2 positions off their starting position.
I wonder if Quaminator maybe just had an issue with the... there we go. Timing's fixed. Quaminator maybe just had an issue with the wing. Maybe it was his wing that broke, so he's struggling with grip. There's a move late from the Haas driver, Adri, down the inside on Sam. Gets it done. Very slick move. And Jinnit now trying to get by Sam. You can see out the rear wing of the Haas. Jinnit down the inside. So Sam with that outright pace, but just struggling to get the tires fired up. He's getting picked off here. Now Jinnit and Adri in front. And Scavney coming to have a sniff as well. He smells blood.
Oh, virtual safety car.
Oh, where did that happen?
Oh, that looks like a McLaren Villeneuve.
Okay. That's interesting. Anybody... Oh, not got the tires up.
No wing.
So pretty much everybody on mediums. We got Scavney on softs. I wonder if Scavney maybe take this opportunity to pit. Get off those soft tires. Probably get hards to the end. I don't know. It's pushing it, but... I wonder if Scavney maybe going to run it out, though, and just try to go for the long stint on the softs. Drive-through penalty for a couple guys, it looks like. Oh my, is that Adri? It is.
Oh man, that sucks.
I think Adri had a big problem with the delta on the VSC there. He was right next to Joshua too, wasn't he? And the both of them got drive-through penalties, so Adri probably lifted like crazy to try and avoid that penalty, and he's just put himself in a horrendous spot now. He's not only lost all that time, but he has the penalty anyways. That's a real kick in the teeth. Imagine for Joshua as well, unless he's picked up a, yeah, both have a drive-through, so not great.
Jinnit is up to P4 at the start of the race. He actually started in 10th. So he's worked his way up to 4th, and he's hounding
The move
Carson.
for Rockstar, taking a look at Scavney, not close enough though. So those drive-through penalties probably best served now. Just get them over with. You can't serve them under safety cars, which could lead to a disqualification. I'd imagine you'd want to get that out of the way.
And I think
Yeah, Joshua's going in.
3 laps, right?
Adri's going in as well. Yeah, you have to do it within 3 laps, and then if a safety car comes out on that 3rd lap, you're in trouble. You can't serve it, right?
Correct.
So, oh, look at this. Into the corner, side by side. We got a really bad angle again. The camera director, awful tonight. What a brutal shot that was. Sam and Rockstar. Sorry, Sam and Scavney and Rockstar having a look as well. Somebody lose it?
Man, this is reminiscent of the F2 season that we had last year, where everything was equal cars and equal setup and whatnot. Everybody was pretty much nose to tail, passing, hounding the other driver, and here fighting out for P5. You got 4 guys.
I cannot stand these broadcast views they're giving us. They're brutal, man. That's got to be one of the worst ones I've seen.
We really should be able to choose the one we want. Broadcast view should be split up into different forms. The helicopter view, everybody likes that one.
Yeah.
But some of them, yeah, you're fault rate. They don't want to be on the front wing of the car,
Goes
at ground
Jinnit
level.
right around Carson. No problem for Jinnit. See if Rockstar can get a move done. He's having a look. It goes late. The dummy, he looked like he was going to tuck in, but then he sent it, and they're touched. There was contact, Rockstar and Sam, I believe. Or is it Wreck? So Sam lost the car a little bit, trying to get it under control. Sam is just not having a good time out there today. He is one of the quickest guys, and he cannot seem to keep the other guys from getting by him. I know there's been a little contact. Obviously not all his fault, but it's really fighting hard here to try and hang on.
2 Mercedes side by side.
Yeah, they've bumped each other a few times.
So Jinnit now has... Oh.
Somebody went wide there. It was Sam again. So Sam just in the mud right now. He's struggling hard. It's like in his head at this point, like he's not getting himself stabilized. That's the thing. If you fire up the tires a little bit, and then you start getting picked off by other drivers while you're trying to get them back in their window, right?
Jinnit's making a move for 2nd place, and no problem. He gets past Gourd Sauce.
And say only 3 seconds ahead. That's not that much. Jinnit can easily eat that up.
Yeah, Jinnit definitely has the race pace. A lot of times when you're trying to give it your fastest lap in qualifying, things just don't go your way. Next thing you know, you only got, 1 opportunity left, and you just want to get a time in there. Not saying that's what happened to Jinnit, but...
Zem and Jetju. Look at these guys having a nice little scrap here for the final points place. Spot up triples right behind Sam, but all these other guys fighting for those final few points. Really tight battle all the way through the field.
Yeah, good battles everywhere.
Keep an eye on Rockstar and Scavney right now. Not much happening there. Carson all over Gord. Let's see how Carson does here. He's going to have a nice run with the DRS. Gord also has DRS from Jinnit in front. He will lose that next lap most likely. Carson doesn't have to get a move done here. He has a nice cushion behind. Scavney is teammate. Sort of teammate, I guess. And there goes.
Knocked off half a second in 1 lap.
Rockstar down the inside on Scavney, and Scavney just not going to fight that. I think Scavney at this point is at the stretchy softs out and try to have a better tire for the end stint.
Yeah, I would I believe that the guys on the mediums, if they're not going to stretch the mediums, they definitely got to go to the hards, right? You can't.
Yeah.
It's not a medium, soft, easy track to do.
I think Zem maybe just had a little moment there. He's lost a few spots. Luckily, not much time.
Jinnit seems to make up his time in Sector 3. He's got it down to just over 2 seconds now. We might have got a warning on that one. Private with a 3-second penalty, our first 3-second penalty.
Lunar goes to the outside here on, sorry, yeah, it is Lunar on Wreck. Tried to take the outside line, but Wreck had it covered. And yeah, Carson and Gord hanging on to Jinnit.
Wow, Spot Up Triples has split the Mercedes on the hard tire. Huh.
Yeah, I know, he's having a solid race. He's on a good tire, too. Geez, Zem on the hards as well. He's a little far back, but good strategy nonetheless.
Okay. Who was I? Never mind. So Gordsauce has been able to stay within DRS of Jinnit. However, he's got company.
Comes Wreck and Lunar round 2. It looks like Lunar is through this time. So yeah, field's starting to settle in a little bit, but still a lot of really close gaps.
Yeah, Jinnit's got it under 2 seconds now. In 10 laps, he's gone for P10 to P2. Yeah, it took less than 10 laps, but...
This Jet-Ju Zimoglis sniper battle is something. These guys have been swapping places for a few laps now.
I'm going to join you. I'm still keeping an eye on that Jinnit gap to say
Zimoglis looking for something here. It's just not on. It's a really tricky place to make a move here. Looks like Jet-Ju just skittering around a little bit with the lag. Nothing too bad, but...
Adri almost got into the back of Zem.
Rockstar and Scabney again. Sorry, actually, I guess Scabney's fallen towards these guys now. Oh wait, has Scabney caught them? He was behind Rockstar, was he not?
Yes. Yeah, he was definitely not in P5, I can tell you that. I don't know if it was Rockstar or...
So has the Tire Whisperer found something in the softs?
Ooh, a little collision.
Oh, yep.
Tire banging there, and...
Was that a sign that got taken out?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say it looked like wing possibly, but just a little bit of signage, so...
It was perfect tire to tire, side by side contact, and he drifted out wide and took out one of the markers. Oh!
Yeah, these guys are having an all-timer here. Zimoglis just trying to hang on. He is on the outside here. Desperate to just get in front and get away from these guys on these hard tires. He needs to get away.
He should be able to do it this time. by.
He's been close a couple times. It's just I think he maybe keeps making mistakes or something. But again, the DRS.
He's just way too close now to not make it happen.
Adri through.
Zem tucked right in behind him right away.
Adri has pace. He should get away from these guys now, and maybe Zem can just kind of piggyback off him and chase, drift away from the other guys. Got a yellow. It looks like Quaminator, perhaps, at the back there. Not having a great night.
Yeah. And Gordsaw's got a 3-second penalty, so that's got to be disappointing. P3 right now, and he's got a 3-second penalty.
Yeah, that'll be something to factor in later on, but I mean, for now, he's got plenty of time to overcome that, and surely other guys will pick up a penalty or two along the way. Jinnit has that gap down to 2 seconds now, so
Yeah.
he is starting to eat into Say's lead a little bit. We got a McLaren off.
Yeah, that Josh?
I think so.
Yeah.
Lost
No
his
wing.
entire front wing, so yeah, that was why there's a VSC now, so you got to think Gord's coming in,
Now-
right?
Yeah, what do you do now?
Sorry, the guys at the front. Well, the guys at the back for sure are pitting. This VSC might be lifted by the time the front runners get there. I think so, actually. The guys that are pitting behind on the mediums are going to get a nice, easy pit stop here. And the guys out front might lose the VSC, but they're a long way from the pit lane. The VSC could be off by the time they get there. It is, yeah. And wow, look, cheap pit stop for all those guys down at just outside the points. That's a huge, huge win for them. They're still a long way off, though. But I don't know, man. I guess they could undercut, in theory, right? You undercut those guys out in front now if you get some clear air and you got fresh tires.
Yep.
RC is a 14-second gap. If he just gets the hammer down, man, he could jump a couple guys at the front here.
Man, where the let's see, Rockstar and P5, this is still such a great battle. Oh, and Rockstar's pitting.
Yeah, he's thinking about how those guys behind are going to get the undercut on them, right? And I mean, we're pretty close to what you'd assume is the pit window anyways.
So yeah, he's
20 laps.
Yeah, he's going on to the hards.
Scabney is just pit to medium, so he's going to try and take those mediums 20 laps. That's going to be a tall order, I would think. I guess we'll find out as the race goes on how the medium guys hold up.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I haven't had a chance to practice this track, so I don't know how the tires fare. But seeing these guys go from medium to hard, I would think that the mediums, they got to be coming in no later than lap 16, right?
Yeah, I would
mean,
think so.
And even that might be kind of late.
So Gord is pitting. Who came in at the front? Rockstar. Let's see where he is in relative to Gord.
Now, some guys, I think we saw this last week, where I forget who the driver was. They just stretched the tire compound they were on much longer than everybody else, and I think they did a medium soft, if I remember right. So some of the guys, obviously everybody's got different tire wear. In general, they're about the same, but
Here comes
some guys might
Rockstar.
push it.
Rockstar ahead of Wreck, but behind Gord by a fair margin, actually. Gord really didn't lose much staying out. I'm assuming that has something to do with the hards not getting fired up as quickly as the medium would.
And so for Gord, I mean, he's got Scavney behind him, and Scavney's got the medium tire, and he's only 3 laps old, so...
Yeah.
Coming down
Scabney
the
should
front
be...
straight.
Scabney should be in his perfect window here to make a move. Gord on the cold tires. This is a good opportunity for Scabney.
I really like the change that they made here at the end of that second DRS.
It's a much better track now.
And here comes Scavney. He's really close. He should have this.
Yeah.
With ease.
Gord has DRS somehow? No. It's
No,
just
he
a visual. Look, just the way it looked, yeah. I was like, that doesn't make any sense. I was going to say, and Spot Up have, or sorry, Say and, who else pit at the front? Lunar? I think Lunar just came out of the pits. He's ahead of Wreck. Say keeps a nice cushion. I think Jennett's going to go for a massive overcut here, probably. Hope that Say gets held up by Spot Up.
Yeah, I would have to think Jennett's coming in.
Most likely is the right move. He seems to have the pace. You wouldn't want to give yourself a disadvantage on strategy, right?
Yeah, it just really, unless, he's staying out. He might be trying to stretch this to
soft. That's what I'm thinking. Because, I mean, at this point, he probably could.
Yeah, I mean,
Scavney did, what, 12 on the softs, 11? So if Jennet can get this to 20, he can probably get the softs to the end.
Not
nothing to
mention
lose.
that there was two virtual safety cars, so that saves the tires a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So he probably gained another lap there.
So the guys around the back that pit under the VSC, they didn't really save them. They didn't really gain a lot, or they didn't gain enough. They probably did gain a lot, but maybe not enough to actually have an impact because they lost so much in the initial first stint.
Mm-hmm.
Say sales by Spot Up, no problem there. That was, and Spot Up's vanished. I don't know what happened, but does Spot Up have a puncture or something? He's going terribly slow right now.
I don't think so.
I think he's okay. I think he maybe just messed his tires up a bit, and he's been trying to nurse them for the last couple corners. That was bizarre.
Yep, his wing's fine.
Say got by, and he's now 4 seconds behind instantly, so he must have had a mistake.
So, Say's going to... I mean, when Jennett finally does pit, I don't know what the exact delta is for the pits, but it's got to be over 20 seconds.
Yeah, it's a slow pit lane, I think.
And Say's 13 seconds. No, he's actually 15 seconds behind now.
Now, if there happens to be a safety car in the next couple laps, Jennett's laughing.
Yeah. So Say just claimed the fastest lap.
Oh, he's still side by side with Gord here. Wait, who is that? Williams.
That's Scavney and Gordsauce.
Ah, yes, sorry. I was thinking this was Say because the Red Bull. He was in Red Bull last year, wasn't he?
Your memory's way better than mine. I would say
I think he was.
Yes,
yeah.
You're right. I cannot confirm or deny the validity of that statement.
Spot of Triple's just playing roadblock right now. He is completely in the way of these two.
Oh, he's sticking to the inside.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to let them go.
It's not as beneficial as it used to be.
No.
This new layout, the outside is pretty fast.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Jennett stayed out. No, yes, he did stay out.
Yeah, he's definitely going to softs now. It's the only chance he's got of beating Say is get on a better tire and try to...
And so Spot Up Triples is boxing. What happened? Okay.
Probably just trying to get off those tires. He ran them pretty long. He's got to go, what, 14 on the mediums now? Makes sense.
Lunar and Wreck Diver and Rockstar. Nose to tail.
Scavney's still pressuring Gord here, too, as well.
the slightest wobble, then you lose a position or two. And they're all on the hard tire compound too, and essentially the same age. And Lunar's looking to make his move. Wreck Diver is a sitting duck.
There could be 3 wide here. Oh, man. It's such a tricky place to go wheel to wheel. Lunar gets it done, though. Leaves both Aston Martins behind for the time being. We'll see if he can hang on to it. Still got a really nice battle going on for P10 there. Adri under pressure from RC and Zem.
You know, for it being 20 laps into the race, I'm happy with the battles we have. There's, you know, 2 or 3 cars battling for positions in multiple parts of the border. Yeah,
no safety cars to keep everything close either. It's just genuine race pace here that's given us, I mean, multi-car battles for a lot of positions.
So it looks like the skies are brightening, so temperatures would go up. I don't know exactly how that works, but hotter track, faster car.
They should have more grip in the tires. They should stick a little bit better. Yeah, probably quicker lap times. Carson has just pit and put on the soft tire. Now,
nice. Spot up triples gets the fastest lap. Sets the fastest lap.
So, when did Carson pit twice now? No, Carson's just the one stop. He put the softs on, though. He must have run long on the... Did he start on the mediums and just run long as well?
Gonna check. I'll check for you.
I think so. Yeah, he must have done the same thing Jinnet's trying to do. Jinnet is pitting now. Definitely time.
And the softs it is. Oh, did he have a penalty? What's going on here?
Jinnet?
Yeah, he was stuck in the pits there for a little bit. I don't know if he was speeding into pit lane. But they held him. They got the tire change, no problem, and they held him in there.
Huh. I wonder what happened there. They shouldn't be 10 plus seconds behind Seye, surely, right? Oh, someone's lost it in turn 1.
He must have been speeding. I mean, I don't remember him having a penalty.
No, you don't serve time penalties in the pits unless it's the 5 seconds.
Right.
But he would have had to get that entering the pit lane, and I've never seen the game actually serve your... Like, if you get a penalty on your way in, it doesn't serve it normally, so...
Gotcha.
Was he sitting there before the tires were changed, or after?
After.
Okay. Or maybe it was just a visual glitch.
Oh, could be.
Sometimes the car looks like it's sitting there, and they're actually gone, and then it'll, like, update for us. Because he's so far away, right? We'll see. I'm sure he'll tell us if there was something going on there, but... There's nothing we can really do about it. Like, we can't just give someone 3 extra seconds, you know, it's hard to perceive that kind of stuff, but, I mean, he shouldn't be behind 2 other drivers, I would think, unless he just got undercut by them severely because they pit so much earlier, right?
He just passed both Scavney and Gordzos coming down that front straight.
He's not messing around. I mean, he has to get on with it. He needs a second a lap here to get the win, so.
Oh, who was that for? Is that Josh again? Oh, this wave's there. Huh. Yeah, so Rockstar, wow, dropped all the way down to P16.
Yeah,
pitting.
Yeah, I think he did something. Yeah, he's done. So he was racing so close to those other 2. I wonder if there was some kind of collision there. He's maybe just fed up and decided to call it a night, but...
Yeah, he was missing his left front end plate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well, he was the
sucks.
yellow flag. He got spun in turn 1, so... Again, like I said, tricky place to go side by side, and you keep doing that lap over lap, something's bound to go wrong for somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got Scabney and Carson now putting some pressure on Gord. The final podium place up for grabs. We got 3 different strategies. We got a 9-lap old hard, a 12-lap old medium, and a 4-lap old soft, all fighting for a podium spot. I mean, how much more could you ask for? Whoa! There is contact there. It looks like Carson and Gord came
right?
together. No, I believe it was Carson and Gord came together, but they look like they've swapped back to where they were, so I think everything's okay there. Carson, I think, kind of pushed into Gord and then went off or something, maybe the other way around. Either way, it was another terrible camera angle. It was so far away I couldn't really tell exactly who did what.
It appears that neither car got damage.
No, that's the important part. I don't want to lose our battle.
No.
Again, the battle for P10 still on.
I know. I just shifted to them. It's like, all right, yeah, they're still battling. And as a driver, as long as you can stay within DRS, there's hope.
Yeah.
For me, anyways. It's like, man, if I could just get into that DRS, even if the driver is a little faster than I am in general, maybe I can keep up.
There we go. Carson with those soft tires, making the move on Gord. That time penalty going to hurt Gord as well.
So Scavney's got to take those mediums another, what, 8 laps? 9 laps? 13 lap old mediums right now. He'd have to take them to about 21, 22 laps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jinnit is doing his job. He's got that gap down to 5 seconds. Carson, I think, has been let go. Scavney let Carson go. I'm not sure there was much of a fight there, but Carson through.
Yeah, teammates, 5 lap old softs.
Yeah, Scavney not
old mediums.
really in the Red Bull. He's reserve. I think it's Exeter City, but he had messaged me and said he needs to drop to reserve as well because he can't make it as reliably as he thought. So, doing some recruiting this week. I'm hoping if we can add could add 1 or 2 tier 1 guys, and then a couple tier 2 guys. We'll have 2 full grids. So
close, huh?
Very close. I mean, we're getting good turnouts so far, so can't complain.
Yeah, Jinnit's got that under 5 seconds now.
Yeah, he's really eating that gap out, man. I mean, say either preserving or, I mean, I don't know why you'd even want him to get close to you at this point.
No, you probably don't. I think you don't push too hard but you push. You want Jinnit to burn up those softs.
Yeah, exactly.
By the time he does catch up, what condition a Jinnit's tire is going to be in. So that's what I would be thinking if I was Say. It's like, okay, he's got the faster tire. However, by the time he does catch up to me, he's going to have his work cut out.
Yeah. Check the gaps. Andrew putting pressure on Sam. Looks like Spot Up's got that P10 locked down for now. Comes Gord and Scavney. Gord goes through, so Scavney maybe just starting to struggle with those mediums now. They're getting pretty old.
Boy, I wouldn't want to be in his shoes right now.
Yeah, it's just survival mode now, right?
Yeah, because you pit, you're not scoring points. Excuse me. I'm sure there are more than just a couple guys in here that would like a safety car.
Absolutely. Not Jinnit though. I mean, he's sitting pretty right now. He's got 6 laps to make up 3 seconds and get a move done.
Yeah, I wonder if he's doing some tire management.
Whoa! What happened? Jinnit just lost a bunch of time here.
Who did?
Jinnit. He's 2 point... Oh, sorry. I misread the gap there. It went down to 2.9. Okay. And I was for some reason thinking he was down to a second and lost 2 seconds, but...
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Yeah,
because I was like, what did I miss? I was
major
riding on board.
Major brain fart there. Just the way the time jumped up, it looked like something happened, but... Scavney's not giving up.
Where's Gourd Sauce? I mean, you know, it sucks to be carrying a freaking 3-second penalty, you know. We can only try to push the driver in front of you if you're a Gourd Sauce and hope that you can push him into a 3-second penalty.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so our closest battle is right here, Wreck Driver and Lunar.
Yeah, Gordon, Scavney close, but obviously the penalty kind of takes away the full excitement. And then, of course, we still have Sam and Spot up, putting pressure on Adri for P8 right now. A lot of audio lag at the moment.
Yeah, I'd like to see Sam come in and score a good chunk of points here. He really had a tough season last year. Things just didn't go his way.
I mean, really, today was another kind of one of those Sam races. He qualified what, P3, and he was right up there. He absolutely had the pace. He just got off to a rocky start and lost some ground, and then got into a couple bumps and grinds, and suddenly he's down fighting for a couple points instead of for a podium. So, I don't know if there's like a race pace thing that needs to be worked on, or just really bad luck. Like, might be a combination of both, but the outright pace is there. It's just a matter of like, can he...
So, it's not looking good for Jinnit at this point. He's got 10% battery life right now, and let's say, well, Say's been using his up too. He's at 16. Jinnit 8-lap old mediums now. You know, the fast and furious pace that he could set when they were fresh, long gone, and he's still 2 seconds back.
Just getting so much audio lag back there with Wreck Diver. Spot up, putting that pressure on Sam. Looks like, oh, Sam's made a mistake. He's off. He's lost that position. So Zamoglis now may be on for a point here if he can get by.
Yeah, and he is in DRS range.
Yeah, he's close. I mean, Sam had just gone off the road, so he's not going to be in prime position to defend at the moment.
So I was looking at other drivers. Scavney all of a sudden has rebounded on his old medium tires, and he's brought himself up into P4.
He kind of did the same thing with the softs. Towards the end of the stint, he just found this extra pace.
Oh,
and...
that's it. Yep. Sam got all loose coming out of that into the DRS, second DRS, and it was a very... Oh, and Zem let him go. Let him take the position back. Not sure why.
Maybe just didn't want to risk getting penalized or something.
Well, from what I saw, there was he passed him on track. You know, Sam got loose, went off a little bit, but was able to get back on track. And Zem then shortly after passed him. So I don't know.
Well, folks, it's coming down right to the wire here. Jinnit is 1.5 seconds away from Seye. We have 2 full laps to go after this one. I think he's close enough to be picking up a slipstream at this point, so DRS surely has to be in play.
How much fight are these 9-lap-old softs going to have? He was a second and a half slower from his best time on that lap.
Yeah, I'd imagine he's damn close to the cliff at this point.
RC with a penalty. Nice to see. I mean, there's only 4 drivers with a penalty. And
yeah, it's not too bad.
Quaminator calling it good. He is putting on the softs, going for, well, not going to get past a slap in P16.
He's probably just trying to be a bastard and take the point away from
steal it from
somebody. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it at this point. Jinnit has just nothing left in the tank here, man. He's completely depleted that battery.
Yeah, Sam's is only marginally better. And this is where Jinnit needed to be in DRS right now, and
yeah,
just not there.
No, I think it's done. Very strong effort from Jinnit here, but it looks like he's going to come just short. Let's get back to Gord and Scavney.
Ooh, terrible audio with Gord.
It's, yeah, really bad. It's worse with Wreck Diver.
Yeah, you're right. Oh.
Weird, right?
Lunar a little bit. With Scavney's is fine. 21 lap-old mediums. Just needs to be careful. Bring these old tires home. Get himself 12 points. So Carson's taken his his soft tires 13 laps.
Sam taking a sniff at the final point here.
And Gordsauce with his penalty, I think he's going to hold on to P5. He's got a 6-second lead over Lunar.
Yeah, I think he's good. I'm watching Sam right now on Zem. It's really not much of a chance here unless he gets a good run into that final corner. I think Zem's got... Oh, Sam!
Yeah, it just, like you said, he had to push there, and...
He was standing on the pedal, and yeah, the car didn't want to bite, so...
Oh, that's too bad. Just outside the points for Sam. So Josh in his first race back, P14. He did. Yeah. He was doing a lot better than that. You know, he lost his front wing, so that really damaged his race.
Yeah, that was a really good race. You know, it kind of trailed off at the end with the excitement levels, but there was battles all the way through the field for the whole Grand Prix, and Jinnit made it really interesting there, trying to take a run at P1 with that weird strategy he ran. Really, really solid race from him. The audio is absolutely brutal right now. Man, I swear, it's like every time they fix something, they break something.
I just don't understand it. It's like...
I don't think the audio... The audio thing last year, I think, happened a little bit, but that was pretty bad from the two guys that we were picking it up from, so... Alright. Say wins it. Jinnit takes P2. Carson 3rd. Scavney 4th. Gord 5th. Lunar 6th. Rex 7th. Adri will take 8th. Spot up 9th. Simongos gets a point again. So that's points for both his races since returning. That's good on him. Sam takes P11. That has to be so crushing, man. The quality he had, grid 3 and finishes 11th. That's got to be painful.
Yeah.
Sniper P12, RC 13th, Joshua 14th, Jet G 15th, Quaminator 16th, Villeneuve 17th, and Rockstar DNF's the only DNF, and he parked it.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone crashed out tonight. That's pretty good. Pretty good. All right, interviews.
Say Janet Carson.
Say Janet Carson, all on PlayStation. Easy peasy.
And Janet did get the fastest lap, so we got 19 points rather than the 18.
Carson, there he is. I believe Janet's offline, but he'll probably jump on to join.
Yeah, he got off real quick. That's what I would assume that's what he was doing.
Yeah. All right, interviews are out, or invites are out, sorry. So I'll let you take it away when you're ready.
Okay.
I'll be around, but you know, kind of pay attention to this game and.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to the baseball game.
Hey, it's the top of the ninth already.
And we got Say Carson. We just need Janet. So, all right, we got Carson, P3. Carson, congratulations.
Thank you.
What were your tires' condition like when you crossed the line?
I think they're like 55, something like that. Not too bad.
Really? All right. You know what? I think I'm confusing you with
Scavney
finished fourth. Scavney finished fourth. Yeah.
Yeah, he was on the old ass mediums.
Yeah, 22 laps old. You have any scary moments in that race, Carson? It seemed to run a really solid race.
No, not really. I think, like I said, it's pretty solid. Just ran my own race. There was one snap ahead that I corrected, and then there's turn one I was trying to pass Gord that I locked up, and then went a little wide, but had to let him back through. But other than that, it was pretty standard.
Nonchalant. Yeah.
Let's do it on honkies.
Hi, Janet.
Hello.
Carson, where'd you start? You started
Second.
Second, yeah. So, all right. So not too bad. I mean, you know, Janet is pretty fast. So falling behind Janet, not a bad thing.
Yeah, I tried to undercut him because I knew he was going softs, but then he got through Scavney and Gord, and I was trying to follow him through, but I got caught up between those guys, and then he was just walking away. So I was just at the end of the stint, I was just saving battery and keeping my tires decent for just to defend third.
Yeah, no, it was a great race. There were a lot of good battles, and you were part of a lot of those battles. So, and I think Bigga probably got him on the stream, so it'd be fun for you to go back and watch. Again, congratulations, P3. So let's move on to Janet. Janet, you started what, P10?
Yeah.
It's like you're falling back into the old form. I was telling Bigga during the race, it's like it seemed like you had kind of overcome the poor quali and you started really qualifying higher up towards the last part of the last season. However, it really didn't matter too much. You worked your way back up to P2. Had you started a little closer to the front, I mean, I think you could have probably given Say some more trouble, but tell us about your tire strategy. Was that what you were going to do from the beginning, or did that just kind of play out once the VSCs came out?
I was always planning on the medium soft, but towards the end I was just hoping on a VSC just for some luck, but it didn't come. So it's just hoping Carson didn't undercut me, staying out of those 2 extra laps, and getting past Scavney and Gold was important as well.
Yeah. So that the soft tires, you probably pushed for the first half of the stint on those soft tires, and then I would imagine you had to probably kind of nurse them a little bit.
That was okay. I just had 0 battery left to close in. Those extra half a second.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Like,
yeah, we were.
my mediums were like 76% coming into the pit, so that was the only issue. I knew the softs would last 12 laps.
Yep. Did you feel that you could catch him? Well, let me ask this way: at which point did you realize that you weren't going to get to A?
When I started P10.
Okay.
That's
Fair
why
enough.
I needed a VSC or a safety car to try and win that race.
Yeah. So, but when you got on, well, yeah, it was incredible. You came back out. You were like 10 minutes behind, if I remember right, maybe even more. So, but you fought your way through pretty darn quick. It looked like you might catch him, but then it was like the last 3 laps or so. You couldn't really gain that much time anymore.
I wouldn't have done anything anyway, because Saye was probably banking his ERS just in case.
Mm-hmm.
So starting P10 was the downfall.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but still, nonetheless, a good result.
What was with quali? You just couldn't get it put together, or?
I had a horrible final lap.
I think you had, like, your first run was your best lap, wasn't it?
Yeah. My first lap was just a practice run. Like, I normally like put 9 laps of fuel in, do a hot lap with a full tank, and then do a hot lap with an empty tank, and then.
Interesting.
But then I come out for one final run, and I just had a poor T1 and 2, and that was it.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right, is Say here too?
Yes, he's here.
All right, perfect.
Again, congrats, Jenna.
Cheers, pal.
See ya. Say, congratulations. You were, coming down the front straight at the start of the race there, were you a little bit worried that you might lose P1?
I just had to defend it. I know Carson has really good starts, and had to squeeze him a little bit, though that we're not messing around.
Yeah, after it didn't take long. Halfway through that first lap, you were able to, or it might have been the second lap, you were able to build the gap up over a second. Was your tie strategy throughout at the start of the race, anyways, to go medium hard?
Yeah, that was the plan, but I definitely didn't pull what I wanted to do. Just awful pace on the hards, really. It's just, I did not enjoy that stint on the hards.
No. So you must have been looking in your rearview mirror, or at least at the interval indicator, as Jinnit came along on those soft tires.
Yeah, I was looking at my MFD and the rear mirror. I was running out of fuel.
Oh no.
And then those final 10 laps, I was just trying to manage that fuel, but it kept going down no matter what I did. So those final 2 laps, I was at 0.00. And that's when I was like, oh, shit.
So,
wow.
yeah. Jinnit's battery, too, was like just dead by the time he got near your DRS range, and me and GP were like, it's over. He's not going to get him. Like, I wanted to see at least a scrap. No, I'm not, but I wanted to see like, Jinnit worked his ass off, and he didn't even get a chance to take a look, Like, that's frustrating, right? So, that's the thing. Like, say, like I said at the start of the race, I was like, once he gets out front, man, you're not going to keep up with that guy. Like, he's quick. But if he messes up the start, makes a little mistake, and then he has to fight through some traffic, then it's like, well, now the other people have a chance to try and, like, convert a good drive into a win, right? But, like, say out front doesn't get past in the first couple of laps, like, it's going to be tough. So.
Oh, it was a struggle of a race. Like,
yeah, for sure, right? It sounds like that's something that's happening a lot with this game. I mean, it's our second race now, and guys, are saying the fuel management, the tire management, you got to be really clever. So I think strategy is going to become like a pretty important factor down the stretch here. Like, it's going to work for some guys and not work for others, and that's nice to see that they've managed to kind of get that a little more involved in the actual races. So I'm glad to hear, actually. Like you said, it's like it, you know, it looks easy. You start first, finish first, but like you kind of had to work and manage and be smart about it all, right? Like you kind of just perfected the drive.
Like the VSCs seriously helped me out because I had to put my fuel mix to lean, and holy cow, it just got me to the end. Like I hit what's it called, when you run out of fuel at the end of the straight or whatever.
Low fuel mode.
Low fuel mode. I hit that at the final on the straight on the final lap.
No way.
Like,
I'm surprised there's no full safety cars either. Everybody's been keeping it good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
No ghosting.
I don't know how much I was burning. I was burning like 1.5 a lap. Like, it was not funny.
Yeah. That's crazy. I think it has a lot to do with the way you shift and stuff. But yeah, GP, carry on. But
no, I was just going to say, Carson, no safety cars. There was just so many great battles in side by side in areas that you'd think, no, that's not a good place, but guys pulled it off and kept it clean.
mm-hmm.
But there were a lot of battles, even though we didn't have a safety car. Everybody was driving hard and good and clean and good stuff.
Yeah, backmarkers did a good job too, at least from what I saw.
Mm-hmm. One last question for you. Knowing that you almost ran out of fuel and knowing that you did win, if you had to go back and do it over again, would you do anything different?
Stay out longer, because, my God, that stint was awful, and I didn't know Janet was going to stay out that long. And definitely put in more fuel in the car. I put like 1.9 of fuel. Like, my God.
Wait till you try Qatar.
Yeah, it
you gotta do like over 3 laps with extra fuel.
Wow.
I think I'm putting 8. Like, I don't know. I also had 2 warnings. That hard stint that I got. I mean, my God. Did not like that whatsoever. That was
Alright,
okay,
well
actually.
that's all I have. Bigga?
Yep. All right, I'm ready to wrap it up. Great job, guys, and yeah, like the racing's been really quality so far. Like we only lost one car tonight, and he purposely retired. Like he went in the pits and parked it, so that's really good to see. And I think that has something to do with the fact that they fixed that like uncontrollable spinning, where you can't save the car if you make a mistake, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that has a big factor. But yeah, everybody's been doing a good job, like you said, with no ghosting either. Like everyone's driving like smart, right? Like there's definitely mistakes. People are going to come into one another, but I didn't see anything happen tonight that like someone shouldn't have done it, where it's like, why would you do that? Like it's just, someone's side by side and you make a little mistake and you bump them and it looks like bad, but you're really just trying to race as hard as you can, right? So anyways, yeah, we'll wrap it up and we'll catch you next week. So where are we going next week? I gotta check. I never fucking do that before. Is it? No way.
I think so.
Yeah. Spot.
Oh my, Belgium. They got Belgium, Monza, Imola. There's some legendary tracks coming up. Hungary, Bahrain. Like, it's a pretty nice stretch. We're probably going to take the break around France, like either just before or just after France. Just kind of split the season in half.
Who put Portugal on the calendar?
Yeah, Portugal's down 12th. Like, man, it's a good calendar. Like, there's tracks off there that I like, but I can't complain that any of the ones that are there I don't want to watch a race at, right? So, anyways, Spain for Tier 2 goes Wednesday, and next week we head to Belgium, and break week will be like 6 to 8 weeks from now. Maybe, I don't know how many weeks, 9 weeks. So we're on a good, nice run for the next few weeks. So, no breaks for a while. We're just going to get into it, and then yeah, we'll build a couple in. At least one in the middle, maybe one towards the end if it's needed, but I was thinking like American Thanksgiving, there might need to be another one. We'll see, but it's a weird one. Yeah, next week, Belgium. Oh, it's going to be fun. All right, see you guys. Have a good night.
See you guys.
Yeah. Take care.